Okay, so I was listening to our first episode of Starter Villain, and the audio is pretty bad.
Really? How
You
bad?
sound good, but I sound like a little echoey. I'm gonna have to work really hard on it, but
I
or
mean, it's okay if it's a little echoey.
yeah,
Like don't
yeah,
don't spend a million hours.
yeah. Well, just for our listeners, just so they
Mhm.
know, we tried really hard
Yeah.
to get the audio right, but I think my room is because we've done it before when we were at mom and dad's house.
hmm
But they have the wallpaper and the room is like has a lot of furniture in it, and I feel like it's not as echoey as my office.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. That makes sense. Yeah, so we tried filming together or recording together last week because I was in Atlanta visiting Candy and it
Yes.
was so fun. But ironically, it was harder to film in the same room than over
Yes.
Zoom. So weird.
Technology. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
what other people do if they podcast in the same place is that they have like handheld mics, and maybe they have like a button when they want to speak,
Yeah.
like on like a handheld.
Yeah. No, I think probably yeah, I think that would probably help. I've also seen things where like you have two microphones and they're connected to like this central sound box thing. I don't really know what it is, but
I've seen
somehow
that
that works.
too. I've seen that too, but I don't know how that would prevent one microphone from picking up another microphone.
I don't know, but it seems to work. But I have no
Yeah.
idea how that works.
I mean, maybe they make the sensitivity so like you have to be talking directly into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet it's something like that.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, we don't have that technology.
Sponsor us on Patreon.
Sponsor us on Patreon, and please give us a 5-star review on Spotify. Okay, but we are on a tight schedule, so I'm going to set the timer now for 45
Mm,
minutes,
good plan.
and we need to get through a lot of chapters.
We do, but I have summaries for each one.
Perfect.
And I think these chapters work well to like combine them together. So I think that's going to help.
I think that's great. So why don't you take it away with the summaries?
Sure. But first, for people who don't know, this is
Oh,
Bookalicious, a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
and I'm Candace.
And today we have part two of Starter Villain by John Scalzi. So we're picking up on chapter 8. And this is when Charley has gone with Matilda and Hera, his sentient cat, and they've brought him to the villain lair, which is what his uncle Jake owned, the big island. So in chapter 8, we learn the history of the volcano lair. It used to be a scientific research center. Then it got turned to tourism, but then Uncle Jake brought it back to the research center. Um, and we learn that everyone thinks Charley has died, may have died in a hotel fire in his hometown, but they're kind of keeping the story vague in case he needs to come back to life. So
Yes.
Charley's on this villain layer and seems like they've taken care of his alibi. Then in chapter 9, we learn more about the island. Charley gets to meet dolphins, who are basically indentured servants here, and they can't leave. The dolphins like to use a lot of colorful language and always threaten to go on strike, but they actually have no collateral, so they never do.
Mm-hmm.
Charley also learns that Matilda Morrison, his like guide throughout all of this, she has had to have flexible morality in her job with Uncle Jake, and Charley may need to do the same thing. So we're starting to see the some of the possible tension build in his new role as villain.
Yes. So, do you want to talk a little bit about what their actual business is at this
Yes.
point?
Yeah, sure. So Uncle Jake, um, everyone thought Uncle Jake just owned parking garages, and he was like this super rich guy from all of his very successful parking garages, probably gave lots of tickets or something. But turns out that he was actually a villain. And so he used the parking garage thing as a front to, accrue a lot of money. And then he's now investing in all these different research endeavors. Um, but it's not all for good because he kind of uses these different technologies that people are creating to sell them out or to let people subscribe to use these technologies as kind of like a weapon or as a threat against other people. But the whole beauty of the setup is that he's sold these subscriptions to opposing governments too. So the governments are mad at each other, but they're not mad at Uncle Jake. And it's basically just mutually assured destruction. So if one government were to use the technology against their enemy, the enemy would use it against the initial government too. So his technology never even gets used. So he has very low, like, very little upkeep on all these things that he's using.
Yes. And something that they don't talk about in this portion is that the strategy would be for any of these countries would be to go to his island and steal the technology or overtake the
Take it
lair.
over.
Yeah. And then they would have all of the technology.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess they're just too busy. Too much effort.
I think like what the point of it is that it's kind of like a Cold War where no one really wants to hit the button,
Mm-hmm.
but they do want to have the feeling like they could do it. Because technically,
Right.
that's where we're at with today, where you have a lot of people with nuclear bombs. And it's like if one person sends it off, it's going to send a cascade, a
Yeah.
trigger. Yeah, like a hair trigger. And then before you know it, there's nothing left. So it's in no one's best interest to do the nuclear bomb, but
It's in
that's
everyone's interest to be on the equal footing and to have access to the nuclear bomb.
yes. But the one thing that I think is the caveat is that this is contingent on people being rational and thinking things through in this manner. And I could
Mm-hmm.
see one day someone being in charge that might not think that way.
Very possible.
So while how they describe it is they make it sound like it's perfect gridlock,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of caveats.
So do you think that's going to come up later of like now all of a sudden, I don't know, this kind of comes into conflict like you're saying? Or do you think that's just your own, like in the real world, this is what would actually happen?
I don't know. I feel like because at this point this book is very fast. We've already read 2/3 of it and almost nothing's happened.
A lot of world
a,
building in Kansas.
yeah, there's like a lot of like setting up things. And I'm like, okay, like we're gonna run out of pages. Like, when is this gonna go off? So maybe it's gonna be like the Sanderson effect, where in the last one
Oh
page,
no.
everything goes off.
No. It could be.
Yeah.
I see that.
But and maybe we can go into this later, but my expectation for the end of the book is that Charlie's just going to dismantle all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Like he's definitely gonna I feel like he's gonna change it around for good in some
Mm-hmm.
way. Is he gonna make all the villains heroes or something? I don't know. Is he gonna
No,
kill off all the villains?
I think he's going to suck them all dry and then give away all the money.
That sounds right. He's gonna buy his pub for sure.
He's going to buy his pub. Yeah, that's what I think. But anyway, okay. So that was a good summary on the first couple
Wait.
chapters.
Another
Oh,
prediction. Do you think any of his siblings are also villains or no?
I mean, we're really running out of pages for any of our initial predictions to come to fruition. I don't think that the siblings are villains because the villain thread is through Charlie's mom,
Oh,
not through their shared dad.
good point.
So that makes me want to throw off the siblings. They're not coming into play probably until like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he does a hit on them and he gets rid of them.
Oh no.
I could I could see that happening. But I still think that there's hope for his wife spy to come into the picture.
I forgot about that. I didn't think about the wife at all.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
right. Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I think you're
What's his
right.
name? Sklavani? No.
Scalzi?
Scalzi. Scalzi's luring us into a stupor by just continuing to set up the plot, and we've forgotten.
Every time he talks about Charlie stroking Hera, the cat, I'm just like, yeah, time for a nap.
Yes. Yes. So what are your general thoughts of the book up until this point?
Um, I'm intrigued by the story. I want to find out what happens. Um, yeah. I don't know if I'm like in love with it, but I'll definitely finish it.
I'll finish it. I think we're cruising into the solid threes, unless something, unless Scalzi really turns it around.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
What do you think is making it a three for you? Like on out of our five categories that we started.
I just, I just don't see, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, I just don't know what's happening. And I'm so far into the book. I'm like, where are we going with this? You know, the stakes don't feel very high, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he could be murdered by all the other villains.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, maybe that should be for the end of the pod. We can talk more about that,
Mm.
but
Okay, okay.
we're focusing on these chapters. So what did you think about these first couple chapters?
I thought they were good. I thought the history he made up for the island was really creative. Like I was like, oh, did some of these things actually happen? Because it sounded so real, and I looked it up, and they did not. But
I agree because they said the volcanic island of St. Genevieve lay in the southern Caribbean, roughly 5 miles north of the island of Grenada and 5 miles west of Ronde Island. And I said, where is that? And I Googled it, and St. Genevieve is like a place in Missouri.
it's like what was the Princess Diaries where Genovia?
Genovia.
We all thought
Yeah.
Genovia was real.
I actually, until you said that, I still thought that. Okay. Um, yes. Yeah,
We can
that's
still be
totally
friends.
fake. Yeah, we all knew that. But he talks about World War II. And so basically, this volcano was made by, I think it was the US government, or maybe, no, it was the British government. They bought it and they used it as like a hideout research place for World War II. And
Yeah.
then they made it to accommodate a Gato class US submarine, which I underlined because Gato in Spanish is cat.
Wow, good catch. I missed
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah. And I was like, cat class submarine? Is that why? Is this where the cats are coming into play? And so then after the war, it's like these other governments were like using it, but then they really didn't have a purpose for it. And so then that's kind of how Uncle Jake got it. So he purchased it for pennies on the dollar. And now these governments want to do research on weapons, but they don't want it to be like on their budgets.
Yeah.
So they pay him to do all the research and development. And then he goes back and he sells them the subscriptions for the weapons. So it's like this whole thing. And then they talk about it is like he has all this money, but they can't actually use it because it's all kind of black market.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Is that he has trillions of dollars and it's just been printed from all the governments, but the money doesn't actually exist until he uses it. And so he's
Yes.
just been like storing it. And I don't know. I thought that was clever.
I thought that was very clever too. What did you think about the dolphins being evil?
I think that's when I read the book and I was like, ugh. I think the writing style is part of what's getting to me, or like maybe
Mm-hmm.
his humor, where I'm like, I don't love this humor. Like I haven't laughed out loud during the book, and I feel like there's supposed to be really funny moments, and there are some funny moments, but not laugh out loud.
So I agree. I agree with that. The one thing I would say about dolphins is that they actually are in nature very evil.
That does make it funnier, actually.
Like they have within like their own ecosystems, they have mobs and they will sexually assault one another.
Oh my gosh, what?
Yes, because
Whoa,
dolphins are very smart. They're one of like
where'd you
the
learn all
smart.
this?
I went to the Atlanta Aquarium.
Wow, that got pretty racy for the Atlanta Aquarium.
Well, they didn't go into it, but then I was with my friend Sarah Shelley, who's not a friend of the pod, but I wish she was. Maybe I'll tell her that she's in this episode and she'll become a friend of the pod. But then like they were giving all of these, like, oh, look, the dolphin can do this, the dolphin can do that. And then she's like, did you know that dolphins sexually assault one another? And I was like, what? And then I
Ah!
looked it up and then I was like, oh my God. And then I fell um into a hole.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Wikipedia black hole.
Yeah. So to me, I thought with that information in mind, I was kind of like dolphins would be this way.
That is funny. And now that you say it, cats would also be the masterminds and still get back scratches. Like
Yes.
this is all making sense.
Yes. So here are some 10 ways dolphins show that they have a darker
Why?
side. And these are just the bullet points. 3 males physically assault females during mating. They kill each other's babies.
Oh my gosh.
And the 3 males, that was the bullet point number 3. So that's not like an incident. There was not a report from the female.
I was like, is it always 3 males? That seems
Yeah,
too
always 3. Yeah, they have to like surround her.
number 3.
Okay. They murder animals for fun. They beat up their food. They hunt in packs. Well, that's a lot of animals do that. They are coordinated assassins.
Whoa.
They bite humans. Let's see. Dolphins share the way they kill.
What do you mean?
They
Like
like
they teach
communicate
each
with
other?
each other. Yeah.
Whoa.
And sometimes they can be jerks for fun. So like if they have a picture of someone paddleboarding and a dolphin just kind of comes up and flips them upside down.
And then just leaves.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So dolphins are very smart. So I would expect them to want to unionize and kind of have this dark sense of humor.
That does make all this funnier now that you say all that. And I do kind of appreciate he's like bringing in all these like labor unions and laws and things with the dolphins. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Wasn't expecting that.
So what do you think he's going to do with the dolphins?
I think he's going to help them. In later chapters, we learn that their names don't translate onto their little microphone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think he's gonna get to know them. He's going to help translate their names. They're gonna be like, wow, we're so valued and we matter. And then he's gonna start paying them and they're gonna have a great relationship at the end. I think it's gonna be all sunshines and roses by the end of the book.
I think so too. And it's also like confusing to me because they're like, we have so much money, we can do whatever we want. And I'm like, then give these people some fish. Like what? Get them to stop complaining. Like, but I kind of feel like this book is a little bit of a critique on capitalism
Mm-hmm.
in America, if I'm being a little bit more meta about it.
Yeah, say more.
It well, just because it's like with people that want to unionize and they want more money and they want these things, it's like very often what they're asking for is not insane, right? I want a couple more dollars an hour. I want to be able to pay my rent. I want to whatever. And the companies always like pretend like they're so poor, like we don't have any money, like we can't do that for you. But then you see that they're getting record profits and all of like their leadership gets a lot of money.
I see. Yeah.
But also with the companies, you have these CEOs and these millionaires and they have all of this money, but it's all tied up in stocks and like it's not liquid cash. And if they were to like
Yeah.
cash in their wealth, it would disappear from like taxes and fees and all of these like things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of to me, it's kind of like talking about like a critique like that.
Yeah. I definitely do see that. I also think it's interesting that John Scalzi has all these hot takes on different corporations. Like Spotify got a shout out.
Yes.
I was like, what do you have against Spotify? But it was something they were talking about how the weapons are a subscription-based service. He's like, oh, like Spotify. And then Matilda was like, yeah, but we're not as evil as Spotify. We pay our workers a living wage. I'm like, well, what about the dolphins? But apparently they don't count. So
Yeah, the dolphins don't count, but I was like, Spotify doesn't pay us anything. So maybe I'll
yeah.
unionize.
Yeah, maybe we'll pull a dolphin.
I was thinking about that. I would want to look up what does Spotify do that's so evil. If I had to guess, it's just that people upload a lot of content for free and Spotify makes all the money on it.
Yeah, I could see that.
But just because you create something doesn't mean that people want to hear it. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the other part. So, I'll need to do more research on that. Um,
Fair. But yeah, that
you,
is interesting that all the villains here, especially in the later chapters when you go to the villain conference, they're all businessmen. And so it does definitely seem to be a not veiled critique of all the people with all the money are the evil ones.
yes, exactly. So, do you have a few? Well, do you have more comments on this, or do you want to get into what was it? Not a clueless.
The check or no, figure me out.
Check me out. Yeah, figure me out.
Yes. Oh, I have one last note, maybe two, but definitely at least one. So on the note of John Scalzi having a hot take on Spotify, does he also have a hot take on podiatrists and preteen girls? Because or no, sorry, with dolphins.
Oh,
Yeah. Does he have a let me rephrase that. Does he also have a hot take with dolphins? Because okay, so they're all mean, which now makes sense that they're actually mean in real life. So that could be kind of funny.
mhm.
But then Charlie's like looking at the dolphins, or somehow during one of the descriptions, he's like, only drunk podiatrists and preteen girls want to swim with the dolphins or something. And I was like, what?
Well, I think he's talking
Why?
about like when you swim with dolphins, the only people who want to do that, they're like on a cruise.
I
And
guess
the
so.
and the dolphins are like trapped circus freaks and they
Okay.
have to sit there. That's how I took it.
I guess that
That
makes
that made me laugh.
I just thought drunk podiatrist was such a specific. It is kind of funny, but
Yeah, I think his humor is a little odd.
hmm yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's not. It hasn't been super working for me, but that's okay. It could totally work for other people.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
okay.
okay, I did have just one or two more comments.
Go for it.
So one thing is when they're talking about how Charley may have died, they're like, "Oh, you went into this inn and then the inn had like exploded and you might have been the only casualty." And he's like, "Well, how could it be? Like, wouldn't people see me?" And they're like, "Oh, you were wearing a mask." People still do that. And I was like, always blame COVID-19.
No matter what year it is, always.
I love a good COVID cancel, a good I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, this book just feels so recent. I'm like, well, interesting.
Very pop
Um,
culture Gilmore
yeah,
Girls in that way.
yes, that's a good comparison. My last comment is I kind of see maybe why Charlie was a journalist in his past life because it is kind of coming in handy for all the things he's doing. Like he's really observant, kind of taking good notes of what's going on. He knows how to talk to people, how to get information out. And so I just thought that was good.
Yes. I thought it was a good way to tie in his background to make it seem a little bit more believable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my last comment. So they're talking about like the island and they have these different I don't know if they're submarines or boats, but they're all these different Jennifers. So
Oh yeah.
They have Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Lopez, and Jennifer Tilly. And Jennifer Tilly, if you're not familiar,
I'm not.
she's a pretty well-known actress from like the 90s. She's done quite a few notable roles. I won't go into them here, but the reason why I brought it up is because Jennifer Tilly is great friends with Sutton Strack, who is a real housewife of Beverly Hills. So glad we
So
brought it
glad.
up.
I'm so glad too.
So I did want to put that there. So that's it.
Incredible. Okay, are we ready for figure me outs?
Yep.
All right. The first one I have, um, ooh, okay. Ooh, let's do this one. Obsequious. I know I've heard that word.
Oh, obsequious.
Obsequious.
I circled that one too. I believe it means like opaque, not. Oh wait, you want me to be obsequious all of a sudden? Okay. I feel like it has to do with something like with opaque. Opaque being like you can't see through, but maybe this is like the opposite. You can see through based on the context clues.
I forget what the surrounding context was, but yeah, maybe it is something like that. Like maybe he's kind of hard to get through, like he has all the secrets and no one can figure them out,
No,
or
so
the opposite.
it's the opposite. So this is Morrison. Um, Not very smart, but brave. Aren't I your boss now? Charley asks her. You want me to be obsequious all of a sudden? She asked. Charley, maybe. Good luck with that, boss.
Hmm.
So I feel like she's saying you want me to be obvious.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that.
Okay, totally wrong.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Okay, and also let's listen to it.
Okay.
Obse
Obsequious.
obsequious. Okay.
Obsequious.
It means obedient or attentive to an excessive or servile degree.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Okay. So he's the boss now. You want me to be obsequious? You want me to be your
Oh.
servant now? Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Oh. Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I had a couple on here and I'm looking at them now and I'm like they're obvious. So I'm not gonna put them.
that's okay if you want to. I
Well,
have,
I don't want to waste too much time just because
okay,
we're on a
okay.
time crunch.
That sounds good. I have one more, unless you have
Okay.
one more.
No, go for it.
All right. The word is superating. You're a superating bourgeoisie.
Super rating. Bourgeoisie usually means like upper middle class, like people with some money, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Sounds right. Versus the proletariat.
Mhm.
Bourgeois are the fancy people.
And what was it?
Superating.
Super rating. Say it again, the whole sentence.
You're a superating bourgeoisie. From the
Um,
dolphins to Charley.
I'm taking it like it's sarcastic, like, oh, like you're very caring or like concerned, but
Mm.
I don't know.
I really had no idea. And I already looked this one up because there's a lot of colorful language with the dolphins. And I didn't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
accidentally say a word that I didn't want to say on this public podcast. Then we get an explicit label. So I looked this one up already. But
Okay.
superating, let me, to form or discharge pus.
Ew.
Yeah, gross. So you have
What?
like a superating wound.
Bourgeoisie, what does that have to do?
Well, I think they're just making up different insults. So you're a bourgeoisie with pus.
Oh, ew.
Gross. I know.
That's disgusting. Okay.
Yeah, don't like
I
it.
did see conflagration.
Oh, I
Did we
think I
talk
know
about
that
that one last time? I thought it was like no, it was confab. That was the last
confab.
one.
Yes,
Confab. Which confab while we're here because I've forgotten it.
I know. We were so confident too that I meant to confabulate.
Confab, an informal private conversation or discussion.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone signed the conflagration, except you, maybe, in regards to Charley and the hotel.
I think it isn't just like a big fire or something.
I'm imagining, yeah, like some chaos or
Yeah,
some.
conflagration.
Okay. An extensive fire which destroys a great deal of land or property. Wow, that's very specific.
That is. Wow. All right. Good job, John.
Okay. Um, let's see. Riven. Within a couple of years, the plans for a tourist destination devolved into chaos, riven by competing visions.
Um, oh, like maybe like pulled apart kind of, or like I'm imagining those are like going through kind of like a river and it's like pulling it all.
Oh, I think that's a good one. That's what I'm gonna say.
Ooh, but I don't know how to say it succinctly.
Divided into pieces or fractions. A riven
Oh,
nation.
nice,
Good
nice.
job. Okay. Um, okay, that's all I had.
Nice. Okay. So we only talked about the summaries for chapter 8 and 9, but really we talked about chapters later on too.
A little bit,
So
yeah.
how are we doing on time? And I can just give some brief things that we haven't talked about yet.
We have 16 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's better than I thought. All right. So are we ready to move on then?
Yep.
Okay. And then let's go till do you want to go till chapter 13? Because that's before the villain conference.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Perfect. So chapters 10 through 13, some things that we haven't talked about yet, is that Matilda starts giving Charley the villain orientation. Um, and originally it's just this PowerPoint slide, but he asks too many questions and he isn't on board with the mission yet. So Matilda has to take him aside and show him all these other things. This is where she explains a whole subscription model.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then their orientation is interrupted when a CIA agent parachutes onto the island. And it turns out that he was expected to come to the island because the agent needs to fake his own death, and the CIA is paying the island to do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Charley also learns that Charley's house was exploded because Charley was an easy target. Easy here meaning that no one would care if he was gone and it could be easily explained away. Charley is offended, but this does seem to set up the premise for why he would accept the role of head villain. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we learn, let's see. Yeah, we learned that his uncle was theoretically a trillionaire, but like we've already talked about, he doesn't actually have the money, but he did keep about $5 million liquid. So Charley kind of has that going for him now. Also, he has a sweet moment with his cats where he learns that they actually like him. They're not just working to to spy on him. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then lastly, in chapter 13, Charley wakes up early, he goes for a walk, and he talks more with the dolphins and learns from them that everybody on the island is talking about Charley going to this Lombardy convocation, aka the villain conference, and that many people think he won't make it out alive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the dolphins also tell him that there's whales and he should tell Matilda. So they kind of seem to be still helping, even though they kind of want to go on strike.
Yes.
Um, and Charley also has a nice conversation with Hera, his cat, where he learns there's been multiple attempts on his life, and Hera has stopped them, and that Hera thinks Charley will make it out alive from the conference.
So my first note is that the dolphins are called the cetacean division.
Oh, I didn't know that
Cetacean.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew it was like an animal
group.
component. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just aquatic mammals.
Oh, that's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. So I thought that was fun. I thought that was a good summary. I don't know that there was a whole lot to add. I thought the PowerPoint thing that was comical to me being someone who lives in corporate, and that's exactly how they would try to onboard you.
I know. I know. I'm wondering if I'm like reading this with the wrong lens, or I'm like, this is supposed to be serious, or I don't know. That's not really how I'm reading it, but maybe I secretly have that, like unknowingly. And that's why I'm like, this isn't funny, but it is funny.
I think this is supposed to be satire on corporate America
Yeah,
and
that makes
like
it funnier.
uh politics, like a nation's politics with nuclear bombs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna read it with that lens now, and I think I'll laugh more.
I mean, there were like a couple parts where it's like, oh, that's funny, but not often for a book that's supposed to be all humor.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's right. He's known for his humor. That's right. It is very distinct.
Yeah, yeah. And when we were doing the author
Oh, the
summary, this was
yeah.
one of his weaker novels
Oh, it was?
books. Well, because I think he normally does more like sci-fi stuff.
Mm.
And so this was kind of a departure. And
Oh, what's
so
this classified as?
probably
Fantasy?
no, because we're too much in the real world.
Is it sci-fi?
I don't think so because it's really just about spies,
All right, maybe it's just fiction.
just fiction. Yeah. And like what they're saying is like what they've done is not super, super crazy.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
The only thing that would be like fantasy would be the talking animals, but they have like computer
Science.
translation. So maybe
Yeah.
that's science fiction,
Yeah, maybe.
light science fiction. Yeah.
In the realm.
Yeah. I was just going to say the reason why the swimming with the dolphins came up is because his ex wife, Janine, and him were supposed to swim with dolphins on their honeymoon, and it didn't work out. Or they were supposed to see dolphins on their honeymoon, and it didn't work out. And I was like, okay, Janine came up again. There's still hope.
That's right. Man, I totally blocked that out of my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Janine. Yeah. I didn't have a ton of like reflections from all this other than I do think it's really clever how he set it all up and like the questions Charley was asking about the villain mission where he's like, this doesn't make sense. Why are you guys doing it like this? I had those
Mm-hmm.
same questions and then he addressed them. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. So it's like you're hearing like this business and he made all this money, and it just sounds like they don't really do anything. All they do is like pretend to do stuff. So, like, for
Yeah.
example, the execution of the CIA agent, they have like a room where they show video of supposedly killing this guy,
Yeah.
but the guy lives and then they just send him off.
Right.
So it's just a lot of like politics in that way where they're quote unquote villains, but they're really not doing anything. They're just taking money from people.
Yeah. Well, that he kind they kind of addressed that somewhere, I think, in here because there he was like, why do you call yourselves villains if you don't say that you're evil? But like the word villain kind of has all the thousand year history of being an evil word. And then they're
Mm,
like, don't think of it as I forget what they said. It's like a moral thing. Just think of it as a job title. And villains take people's money, basically, was
yeah.
the thing. So yeah, it does sound like a critique on corporate or capitalism,
It's
I
kind of
guess.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because they're taking money from these governments who one might suggest that they're really the villains
Hmm.
because they're the ones who want to have the weapons and all of this stuff, and all they're doing is hoarding the money and not doing anything with it. So they're really just punishing their customers.
I guess so, by like taking their money.
Yeah,
But then the money doesn't really exist until they spend it.
that's true. But I guess I don't know, like once you get enough money,
You could turn
enough,
around and
I mean, you could eventually cash in, I guess. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of odd. It's like a and maybe I mean because a lot of times when you think about like the economy, right? It's all made up. Like
Yeah,
our dollars don't mean anything.
right.
They only mean something because someone else believes that they mean something.
Hmm.
And as soon as like we as the collective stop this dream of that paper has value, then it all disappears.
Hmm.
So it's you're
It's
doing
crazy.
like I'm working, I'm doing all these things for these paper dollars, but the dollars have no value.
Right.
And they only have value if you believe that it has value. And as
Yeah.
soon as you stop accepting it, now I have nothing.
Yeah. It's a weird thought.
It's a weird thought. So I kind of feel like it's one of those types of things.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't have a lot more comments here, but I do have a lot of figure me outs.
I do too.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
Fistula.
Ugh. Can you
So
use a sentence? Do you have it
yeah,
ready?
so this is with the dolphins. But you're not anymore. Now you're in management. As oh, a super rating bourgeois fistula of oppression. So you you highlighted super rating and I highlighted fistula.
I just think I didn't like the word fistula. So I just cut it out. Isn't it like, isn't it something like gross is my mind?
I was thinking of like fisting someone, however you want to take that word. Um, so some type of assault on people, but it's an abnormal connection between two body parts that usually don't connect, such as blood vessels, intestines, or other hollow
Oh,
organs.
I guess it's
Interesting.
not a gross word.
I guess not.
Okay, well,
Okay.
interesting. It sounds like it should be a gross word.
Yes. Quislings. Cats are class traitors, the dolphin said. Furry little quislings is what they are.
Oh, I remember reading that. I also didn't know what that meant. Traders? Well, I guess he just used the word trader.
A traitor, especially one who collaborates with an enemy occupying force for personal gain.
Whoa.
That's a good one.
Oh, where does he learn these words?
I don't know. That's the crazy thing about language is that you use so many words to describe something. And you're like, oh, there's actually one word that means that whole sentence.
Yeah. Where do I
Imagine
learn
how succinct you would be
all the
if
time? Save. Yeah.
still a fair still a fairly esoteric bit of information for a sea creature.
Esoteric, does that mean like heady or like really intellectual,
I was
academic?
thinking really intellectual.
I think that's it.
Like I thought I knew that one, but
Yeah.
a very unusual and understood or liked by only a small number of people, especially those with special knowledge. Yeah. So academic
Okay.
is something very
Like
niche
really
that,
specific.
yeah. Um, let me see.
Do you want me to share some of mine? I don't want to look for yours.
Oh, I have one more, then we can flip to yours.
Okay.
I thought we'd be more clandestine than this.
That one I do know. It's because it's from Wicked, the musical. Very great musical.
Ooh.
I forget what the lyric is, but clandestine means like hidden, right?
Oh, you see, I was thinking like polished, but nope. Kept secret or done secretively, especially illicit. Good job.
Nice.
Okay,
What
what are
is
yours?
okay? Okay, it's a great song. Oh, I think it's from the song Popular in Wicked. Yeah, everyone will, you know that
Oh,
song? It's so good.
I gotta be popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. My first word is automatons, soulless corporate automatons.
Can you spell it?
Auto and then Maton. I may not be saying it right.
M A
Automaton?
M A. Wait,
Ton.
automaton. I'm thinking like robots.
That's kind of what I was thinking of. Like it's kind of in the word, like it goes on its own.
It if there was an I, it would be automation. So, so
Oh.
I oh an automaton.
That is how you, okay.
Oh,
Automaton.
automaton.
I
All
don't know.
right. All right, fine. Whatever. I like how I say it better. Um,
There might be multiple pronunciations. Okay,
I
I
don't
looked it up.
okay. What is
And
it?
it means a moving mechanical device made in imitation of a human being.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, so it's like a robot, a human robot.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's okay.
All right. Do you have another
All
one?
right, the next one is chaos arbitrators.
Arbitrators.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that right either.
Okay, can you have the thing pronounce it?
Oh, sure.
Well, what do you think it is?
I think it's like someone who carries something out. It's like you're carrying out the chaos.
Hmm. Okay, let me hear the pronunciation.
Okay.
Arbitrager.
What?
Arbitrageur.
Are you saying arbitrage?
What?
Are you saying arbitrage?
Okay, so yes, that is actually what the definition goes back to. I don't know that word either, though.
Okay, so arbitrage, I know that from econ. It's very often where arbitrage is when you exploit something for like financial gain. So a popular example would be StubHub. They buy up the tickets and then they resell it to you at a markup.
Yeah.
StubHub, they would say their value is that they're making it easier for you to get tickets. Any normal person would say, you're just buying the tickets too quickly for me and then reselling it to me for more money. And so the value you add is zero. And so like they only exist because they're exploiting this issue with the ticket selling business.
Yeah. Honestly, it is an issue. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. That's pretty much matches the definition.
What does it say?
It says the whole thing is the simultaneous buying and selling of securities, currency, or commodities in different markets or in derivative forms in order to take advantage of differing prices for the same asset.
Yeah. So that's a very narrow definition. You can use arbitrage in lots of ways. It doesn't just have to be securities.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you, Econ Candy.
Yes. Wow. Whew. It's not often I get to pull that out of my hat.
Your party trick.
My party trick. Okay. Umlauts. You mispronounced Schoenberg. Umlauts always give me trouble.
Yes. It's the 2 dots above the O, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know it before you said the sentence, though.
Yeah, I didn't either. But that's what the umlaut is. So I thought that would be fun.
That is a fun one. Umlaut. Oh, is that the timer?
That was the timer.
Okay. Do we want to do any more or do we want to just
let's do one more each and then we'll just summarize the last couple chapters. Oh, I did want to just throw out what
we already did.
Oh, we're done with
We've
all
gone
the
through all the chapters. Yeah, this is our last thing.
Oh.
Because we went to chapter 13.
Oh, we should have gone to chapter 14 though.
Well, no, but 14 is where he's actually at the conference. So we decided to end at 13.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good. Yeah, let's just do 1 or 2 more and then we'll wrap up.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Alluvial. He who finds the clear stream in the murk of an alluvial discharge.
I'm thinking of the female cycle. So I'm thinking of like something kind of like a cloudy mixture, kind of opaque.
Oh, you know what? It does kind of sound like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like an ovulate.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some mucus.
Yeah. So what is it?
Okay, alluvial. Okay, related to the alluvium, which means nope, not female cycle. A deposit of clay, silt, sand, and gravel left by flowing streams in a river valley or delta. Oh, although typically producing fertile soil.
Interesting.
So there's a connection.
It might have like the same Latin root.
They might.
If we went up the chain, if we really wanted to stretch it to make me right. Yeah, let's just start with the ending and then we'll pick back up.
Okay.
So I had one last one, but I don't know if we have time for it now. We'll just skip it. It's not important.
Okay. Cool. So is that the end of this part then?
That is the end of episode 2 of Starter Villain. So we're gonna pick back up next time, going from chapter 13 to the rest.
I think it's 14, but actually my numbers got mixed up at one point. So it's when he's at the villain conference.
Yeah. Oh, the only thing I wanted to add is that the dolphins are clones.
Oh, that's right.
The cats are clones.
Yes.
And that makes me think that Charley might be a clone.
No.
I think he's a clone of Uncle Jake.
What's his... Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. But that's kind of weird because I imagine the mom was pregnant. That would have been some sneaky business to implant a clone.
Yeah, maybe she was part of it.
Yeah, she might have been in the villain business. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a good twist.
Yeah.
Like that. But why doesn't he have any special? Oh, I guess Uncle Jake didn't really have any special abilities either. Just normal.
No, but I think that's why he's gonna like fit right in to being the heir.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my only thing there. All right. So let's pick up with chapter 14.
Do you have a good ending to cut it off?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. No, that's it. Chrissy is gonna be vacationing
Forever.
forever. And so that's it. I really don't have anything to say.
Okay, great. Well, see you next time.
Okay, see you
Love
next time. Bye. Love
Bye.
you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bookalicious. If you like this discussion, please rate or subscribe to our channel to help other book lovers find this content as well. If you have any questions or suggestions for future books, we'd love to hear from you at bookalicious.pod@gmail.com. As always, thanks for joining our club.